Hello, 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 welcome. Definitely not me, still setting stuff up in the background. Hello, hello, how's it going? Welcome. How is it going? Kashadet Wolf, first, live Glock stroking. If I had a Glock, yes. But I do not. No Glocks here. But plan for today is gun cleaning. We have two new guns that need to be cleaned. This one very much so. So, that is what we are doing today. That is the plan. And then we'll see where we go from there. Oh, wait. Hold on. I forgot to turn on redeems that I turned off, that I have to turn off for View Chat. So, let me get some of those redeems back. Alright, there we go. There we go. Anyone looking for the missing redeems, refresh, they'll be there. So, yes, before we fully get started, uh, announcements. We got announcements. So tomorrow is the 23rd, which means tomorrow is our collab with the real Santa Claus. It is going to be at 5 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be collabing with the real Santa Claus. So, if you have anything that you would like to ask Santa, we do have a form submission here for any questions you would like answered. We will, of course, also still have chat open for the thing, but gonna be sure to get something in, put it there. Other than that, I don't know. Not sure what we've got. I mean, we're gonna have some gun cleaning, obviously. Oh, I guess I guess we may as well get into that. Oh wait, another announcement. I forgot the other thing I was gonna say. I will be here for the first couple days of next week. But then I will be traveling a little bit to see family for the holiday, even though it'll be a little late for the holiday. But I will be traveling just a little bit. So, no streams. Obviously we have stream tomorrow. We may also have a stream on Tuesday. But then little bit of a break to spend some time with family and just kind of focus on that. So until I get returned to streaming, I guess I hope everyone has a good time. But just gotta let people know that I'm not just vanishing forever. So there we go. I think that's everything that I had to say. There we go. I think so. So, I guess without further ado, there will be further ado. But gun cleaning. The further ado, I need my gun cleaning gloves, which always disappear. Okay, I found them. Found them. Prepared streamer. We do, in fact, have the gloves. Because as fun as lead and other whatever nonsense may be on these is, I am not trying to get all of it on my skin. So now we have gloves that have short fingers. I'm sure that the gloves have normal length fingers. I just am difficult because my fingers are too long. So we got our gloves. And I guess now we do gun cleaning. We are also the follower goal for the tactical gun ASMR stream. We are 90, it looks like 90 followers away, which is very neat. So if that is something you are interested in, or you just want the channel to grow, share stream. That is the best way to grow a streamer, especially a very small streamer, to share the stream with people. So I guess I've probably stalled long enough. Like 20 minutes, almost. We could probably go a little longer if we needed to. But I'm cleaning. I think first, do we clean the calico or the FAL first? The calico is easier and closer. Closer and easier. But I also feel like this will be the more satisfying clean. Just because it is so gross and dirty inside. Do we start with the easy, satisfying one? Or the more difficult and less satisfying one? Good question, I don't have the answer. I think I'm gonna have to make the answer though. Because I'm the streamer and I have to figure out what to do. Probably though. Probably go with this one. Probably gonna start with the FAL here. So in order to do that, let's. How do we do this? This thing is so large and so heavy. Let's see. How do I do this on camera? Is the real question here. I think first step, let's move it off camera slightly. Move that there. Alright, so gun is clear and empty. We can show gun empty, at least kind of. How do I take this apart on camera? So, to take apart for FAL, you're going to start at the front up here with the gas block right here. We've got a little plunger guy up here that we are going to spin too far, and that will come out. We got our plunger and op rod there. And now your FAL is a bolt action gun without those pieces. Put the bolt forward there. And then, see if we can do this part. I'm gonna unfold this rag. Set the front end on the rag. See if we can avoid scratching my desk too much. So back here we have switch, spring-loaded detent right there. And we can hinge that open and start pulling stuff out. Got our bolt there. And we can also take off this dust cover, although it is very stiff. So I'm going to take it off camera so I can get better angle on it. There we go. That's our dust cover. And we're also going to run into a dust cover. We also have our little screw here attaching our upper and lower. To get that off, this is not a live round, no primer in it. Start it like that, and it'll come off. We go. And then we can separate our upper and lower. There we go. And now we have our disassembled FAL. And what do I do with this piece? We're going to have to run a brush through this barrel. So I guess since we have this part here now, put a little ballast all down the barrel. I don't think I will be able to do this on camera, so we will be doing it off camera. Mexer, hello, welcome. Are you winning? Well, so far it's going okay. We have taken the FAL apart, and we now very chaotically have all the pieces laying around. While we let this sit for a second with stuff in the barrel. We will sit that right there. and then clean the lower and bolt and stuff. We do have to finish taking apart this little bolt assembly here. So taking apart the bolt assembly, some of these you can just kind of hinge them out right here. You see FAL, you must come. Yes, we're cleaning the FAL today. Also the calico after this one. So bolt here. Some of these you can just hinge this up, pull it out. Mine has a very long firing pin. So to depress the firing pin, and then it will come out. We will do that process backwards to put it back together. I'll separate spring and op rod. This thing is so large. It barely fits on my desk, even all taken apart nicely. Now I guess, now we start cleaning the pieces. So this is a new gun. So this is new gun cleaning. So I don't expect it to be way too dirty, but we'll give it a nice cleaning anyways. It's not very often we get a double feature new gun cleaning, and it will probably be a very long time before it happens again. Obviously there will be standard gun cleanings, but 2 new guns in the same time is very rare, for sure. Stay there. You need to clean your Galil Ace. But at least it's easier to clean. Yeah, the FAL is very cool. The cleaning for it is not quite as cool. But it's okay, because you get to have a cool gun. Cleaning for it, it might be better than the calico. Might be better than the calico. The calico is smaller, easier to handle though, so we will see. We got our spring and op rod there. Let's get the little gas plug. There's a moth in here. You see that? Do you see that? Where'd it go? It was just on camera somewhere. Oh no. You broke the phalo. We did. We broke the phalo. It's in pieces. We snapped it right in half. This piece actually is a little dirty. Not terribly surprising. I guess that means we know they at least put some test rounds through it. You can say this will be the first time you'll see calico being cleaned up. Yes. So we will be taking apart the calico. You get to see the roller delay mechanism in there, because the calico, the 9mm one, is in fact roller delayed. which is very, very unique in a pistol, especially. Obviously, there's HK, MP5s, and everything are roller delayed. But the FAL might actually go way faster than I expected, because it's kind of a pain to take apart just because it's so large. But it doesn't have a ton of pieces that come off when it field strips, so we're already moving on to the bolt and bolt carrier. I'm going to take out this firing pin, just because that is a very long firing pin. Very long firing pin. It also is pretty simple from a machining perspective compared to a lot of other firing pins. We've got a firing pin return spring there. Taking the firing pin out, a little unnecessary, but it is very easy, so may as well. Hold on. What am I doing? What am I doing? We're cleaning little itty bitty parts. Why are we so far away? Oh, that's why. Because we're off center. That's worse. There we go. Now it's at least kind of here. I want to get most of this off of the firing pin. You don't want a bunch of stuff in your firing pin channel, even if it is lubricant. But this has been a very, very clean gun so far. Pretty dry, but it is a new gun, so that's to be expected. Nowhere near as dry as the Calico was when I got it. The Calico was so dry, all the metals were just like seizing. So firing pin here. How this goes in, very simple. Drop in our return spring. Drop in firing pin. And then our firing pin. You can see it does have a little notch on the top. And this little pin, little itty bitty pin, when this goes in here, that needs to go across that so that it cannot leave. This would be super easy if I could get my hands to cooperate with me. There we go. Back together. You can see the firing pin. Maybe you can see. What am I doing? What am I doing? We can zoom in. Firing pin sticks out just a little bit, as it should. We've got our bolt carrier. This piece is very dry. I don't know if this even saw any lubrication while it was being machined. I hope it did. I hope it did. I don't expect this to be too dirty. We're just gonna wipe it down a bit, which I am doing off camera now. Good job, streamer. Good job, streamer. I expect this is mostly unnecessary. But we're still doing it. It's always a good idea to clean new guns. Even though this one probably is fine. The Calico, I expect, is one that actually needs to be cleaned before we can use it. Because that thing is horrible and dusty and gross inside. I think this is a guess at how Calico manufacturing setup works. But I am guessing that what they do is they have their receivers and then just boxes of parts, and they just, whenever they run out of a part, they're like, okay, let's order more of that one. And then it just sits in the warehouse for a very long time. There we go. Then we can put our bolt carrier back together. I've acquired pet hair on that one. There we go. Nice clean bolt carrier. And then we do have our lower here. Which I don't really expect needs to be cleaned. We're just gonna wipe off the insides that we can reach. This piece, our little hammer spring housing piece. Don't know what the technical term is for that. Looks like it's got some like dried grease on it. On the outside of the piece, does it really matter? No. Does that mean we're not going to try to remove it? Also no. But I think we will be almost entirely unsuccessful. It's a very awkward angle to do this at. Yeah, I think that dried grease is going to live there. That's a little better. It's a little better. A bit better. Definitely still there, but does not particularly matter. Alright, there we go. I'd say that is probably good enough. Matilda, hello. I don't remember if I said hi to you. I hope I did. I also have a streamer brain. Oh, we can also see in here. We're zoomed in. Perfect. Our little takedown lever here, spring loaded. You can see a little piece moving there. That is what locks this gun together, so it does not fold while you are using it. This is the later pattern of disassembly lever. The early ones did not rotate up and down. they went back and forth. And there were cases where your gun would basically fold in half, or at least slightly, uh, during use, which is, shall we say, not ideal in a combat situation, having your gun disassemble itself. Better than one of those fun, rapid disassemblies. Suboptimal. It is what we would call suboptimal. Dust cover here. I expect absolutely nothing will come from cleaning this, but we'll just wipe it down with a rag. Alright, now for the fun part. Trying to get a brush down this thing. How? Well, I think first step is to assemble our brush rod. Is this long enough like that? Maybe barely. Maybe barely. I expect this bore to not particularly need anything because it is, again, new gun. And some patches. I'm gonna try to just do this over here so I don't have to rearrange everything again. This could be a poor idea. But when you are cleaning a gun, if you can, always run the brush. This is a horrible idea. There's the moth. It's back. See it? You see it? Right there. It's back. He's back. He's gone. Okay, this isn't gonna work. Moving this towards me. Oh no, that just rolled right off my desk. Hang on, let me get that. Where did it go? There it is. Rolled right off my desk. Never to be seen again. But it's right there. We saw it again. Alright. Push this through. I maybe should have gotten the next extension. Oh. It's fine. Alright. Let's run that down one more time. I kind of think that even once, not particularly necessary. Alright. Let's save that for next gun. Oh, I'm throwing stuff everywhere. Let's run a patch. And I'm just using Ballistol. Just using Ballistol to clean the bore. I'm not using any fancy solvents or anything. Partly because I ran out of the fancy solvents. Partly because new gun, not actually dirty. Is the moth. Go away. Here's where you actually see if it was dirty at all in there. Huh? There's just a little bit of stuff in there. Patch, way easier to push through than the brush. This is not a surprising outcome, but it is always nice that it's easy. All right, so there we go. I think we will call that done. And now we can put it back together. So I think we are going to do this. We're going to put this back together in a different order than we took it apart, because that will be easier to show on stream. So we have our op rod and spring here. Paid attention to whether it mattered which side of the spring went on. I don't think it does. So put that together. That will go in our tube from the front under spring pressure. And we have our plug. We can do this at this strange angle. A little detent on that, get a push. Come on, you're almost there. There we go. Show the back side of this. We probably have to put the lower on before we put the bolt in. Maybe not. Yeah, it'd probably be easier to do it like that. Otherwise our bolt's going to be trying to fall out. So let us reattach our lower. So we are just going to just gonna run into everything on my desk. That's what I'm gonna do. Line up these little holes here. Oh, we can zoom, perhaps. Line up those little holes there. Get out of here. Look at that guy. Look at him just, oh, you guys can't see. This little moth. This little moth. Okay, so let's put in back side of this screw. And screw that in. All right. We are going to use our deactivated case again. Just tighten that down a bit. Now Now we can attach the rest of this stuff. Put the rest of this stuff on. This is going to be very awkward to do on stream, but we're going to deal with it. That bolt dust cover. There we go. Now we have FAL. Beautiful, beautiful. Sounds so good. I hope it sounds as good on the mic as it does in real life. Alright, there we go. One clean fallow. I did leave glove fingerprint marks all over this because my gloves are ballistally. Let's see if we can wipe some of those off. I'm probably instantly going to put them back on, but it'll look spotless for just a second. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. FAL, large, unwieldy, pretty easy to clean, honestly. Now, this up here, nice and out of the way. So that we can clean this monster. So first part of cleaning, always be sure it is empty. And this one is empty. You can see right into the barrel there, nothing there. Now to clean this absolute just insanity. First thing is first. Let's put that at. I'm gonna put that at half bolt hold open. I'm going to get this takedown roll pin out, which I will need a punch for, because it's always good to need a punch to field strip your gun. This is in fact ideal, and don't let anyone tell you that you should have a toolless disassembly. I'm gonna do this off camera here real quick, just because I don't want to have to get something to put this on. I can hold it in my lap, just tap it out. Alright, there we go. Our punch is almost long enough to get that pin all the way out. Not quite. Let's pull it out the rest of the way. Now, to disassemble this gun, you do have to have it decocked. So, do that now. And then just kind of slides apart. And if we didn't have this muzzle device on here, this fore end would also remove. But we do have muzzle device, so the fore end stays. Our bolt here. We're basically just going to pry it out. Mixer. Only added a few truck parts to your cart. You didn't buy it because it's like buying two Knights Armament SR-15s. Just buy the SR-15s. You don't need the truck parts. Punch. You don't use whatever screwdriver fits, and a framing hammer. I actually have a punch set, which is crazy. Now this thing should just pry out. Which seems to be very difficult to do with gloves on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Oh, there we go. There we got it. And here we have our calico bolt. You see the rollers there. And this thing is absolutely disgusting. Put that on the cloth. Vepr 12 to use for the day. Not bad. Not bad. And here we can see we've got on both sides and a pointer. Here we go. On both sides, we've got a little groove right there. Little groove right there. That is where our rollers lock into in the frame. And right here, see that poking out? That is our bolt hold open. And I kind of would like to take the muzzle device off, take the handguard off. But this is not, I don't have a good tool to take that off right here. So we will not be doing that. This bolt though, this bolt gonna need some serious attention. I also don't know how easy or difficult it will be to take this bolt apart. I don't know if that's something I want to do. Still gonna try. Alright, so taking the bolt apart. I may regret this. Slide these out. Try not to let these pieces fly off too far. This has so many different springs and pieces. There is our linear hammer. Why is the rest of this not coming apart? Oh, look at those high quality welds holding this middle piece on. High quality. I would like to take the actual bolt off. I don't think I'm going to be able to. And I'm not quite sure why. Chunky bolt. It is chunky. Especially for a pistol. What is this running into that it won't come out? I don't know why that piece won't come out. So I guess this is as far as we're taking this out. Just gonna take off the linear hammer and all the springs. And that'll have to be good enough, because I don't know how to take apart the rest of it. This thing is already pooping all over my cloth. Well, let's start one piece at a time. Start with our linear hammer here. See if we can't get some of this grossness off. One of the best investments you've made was your team mats. What is a team mat? I'm just scrubbing this tech mat. I like a gun cleaning mat. That would be a good idea. There's a weird little angle in that. We're gonna need to Q-tip time. And there we go. Nice. Now we have a nice shiny, clean. Oh my goodness! Look at how much shinier that is. It's definitely a cast part for sure. Cast and then polish down. You can eat off that bolt. I don't think it would be a great idea. Use like a little like single prong fork. This is our linear hammer. So this goes back here. And this is what the sear holds back. And this goes forward, hits your firing pin. I'm holding this backwards. Goes forward, hits your firing pin, comes out the front of that. Let's clean all these little bits now, I guess. We got many little itty bitty pieces here. I wish I knew how to take apart the rest of this bolt, but it's held together by magic. And probably that one pin in there. Now what if I can pop out that pin? I'll try. I'll try punching out that pin after I clean this piece. This is such a little tiny piece to try to use a brush on. Back of that probably doesn't matter a lot. Got a plastic buffer on the back of that. Not trying to use the brass brush on that. I'm not I'm not dremeling this bolt or any part of the bolt carrier. That is that is not what is happening here. Got whatever that piece is called. No idea what that piece would be called. Let's see if we can get a punch to hit that little pin, that little itty bitty pin in there out. Maybe this one. I was hoping this would be an easy like push out pin. Is this a roll pin? What is this? Looks like just a standard kind of pin in there. I may regret what I'm about to do, but I want to take this apart. Don't be selfish. Share the carcinogens with the whole room. Okay, so this pin apparently never meant to be taken out. It is not budging a bit. Alright, so we don't get to take this bolt off the bolt carrier. That's not gonna happen. We just get to try and clean it the best we can as is, I guess. Just start licking the gun parts. I don't think I will. I think that is something I will not be doing. Let's see if we can't get the top of this to be as shiny as our hammer here. There. Let me move that to where you guys can actually see it. Oh my goodness. I haven't even wiped it off yet, and this is looking so much better. I think they sent me a bolt that's had 1,000 rounds through it. The outside of the gun looks pretty new, though. Den of Thieves 2 comes out next month. Very nice. I've not played Den of Thieves 1. Oh my god, look at how much better that is. That's just the top. Got a little more work to do on that back piece. But oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So much better. Work a little more on the bolt carrier here. Gotta watch the first. Oh, it's a movie? It's a movie. I thought it was a game. Cool guns. Well, that is how you get me to watch movies. Maybe. Oh my! Look at how much shinier that is. Oh my goodness. This thing's gonna be so much smoother. All right, now let's get the sides and bottom of this thing. Oh, they can make it better or equal to the first? Yeah. We all know that second movies in a franchise are really known for outshining the first ones. Oh my goodness. Look. Oh my look how shiny that is now. Almost do your hair in the reflection off that thing. Just ignore the janky welds on the back of that. I'm sure those aren't important. Now the other side. You know what would probably be really good at cleaning this? Since I actually can't take it all the way apart how I want to? A sonic cleaner. A sonic cleaner would be very good. Very good at this. Maybe I should invest in a sonic cleaner at some point. Might be a good idea just in general. I'm like, I'm leaving fingerprints on the rest of it because of my gloves. All right, let's get the bolt face in the front of the bolt carrier there. This is such an awkwardly shaped piece. It's a pretty neat mechanism, honestly. Uh, you don't see very many, you don't see very many linear hammer guns. I think the biggest challenge of this is going to be getting it put back together. All right, bring in the Q-tip. Get in these weird little angles. It's stretched out our Q-tip. Gross. There we go. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Let's get the back of the bolt carrier here. The one part we haven't gotten yet, I think. There we go. Now how do we this is something I've always struggled with. How do you clean springs? How do you clean springs? Oh, I don't know. Never figured that one out. Let's lube them up with our palm full of oil, and then we'll just kind of wipe them off, I guess. There we go. This, I'm sure, is the proper way to clean a spring. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with this. I am sure there's nothing wrong with it. I am also sure that it is not the most ideal and efficient way to do this. Okay. Now let's see if we can put this monstrosity back together. Okay, I know these springs are not different lengths. Right? These springs are the same length. I know these springs are the same length. Checks. There we go. And then we've got... How do we put this together? That goes there. Spring on here. And I guess we just kind of mash these springs on. Come on, come on. Almost there, buddy. Almost there. Perfect. Oh, you've got my glove. Let go. Thank you. Oh my! Look at how much shiny. You can almost see my reflection in that. Look how shiny that is. We've got our linear hammer there. But let's put just a little bit of lubrication. Get some down into those spring holes. Wow, that is impressively not very smooth. Gotta break it in. We just gotta break it in, I'm sure. I'm sure that is the problem. I do wish I could have taken this apart further. I don't think it's possible. Very EP potato. What did you miss? So we already we already cleaned the FAL, so you did miss that one. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, straightforward. We're currently working on the Calico, which is neither easy nor straightforward. We've got like a 14-piece bolt here that we couldn't get taken completely apart, unfortunately. Do FAL again? Again? That's nice. I hope that this can't happen when it's inside the gun. Our linear hammer can go sideways a little bit and get stuck on the back. I'm sure that can't happen inside the gun for some reason or another. I'm sure there's something preventing that. I don't know what would be preventing that inside the gun, but hopefully there is something. What are we looking at? This is the bolt and bolt carrier group of the Calico 9mm, specifically the M950, although I think it's the same bolt mechanism for all of them. We've got our nice roller delay. See the rollers there. It's got little ears that come out. Star Wars gun? Yes, Star Wars gun. This piece has so many pieces. So you've got your bolt carrier here is this bottom piece, and this middle piece that is got two very high quality welds holding that together, and this linear hammer. And there is no firing pin return spring. So it's just a free floating firing pin in this thing. This piece was super disgusting when we started. Even though it's a new gun, I think this has just been like sitting in a warehouse collecting dust and muck for a very long time. There we go. Bolt cleaned. I guess it is roller delay. So I expect the inside of this to be just as dirty as the bolt. So now we start on that. And I also expect we will need many Q-tips. I'm going to try to avoid using brass brush, because I'm not entirely sure of the quality of this finish. I also am not entirely sure. We're gonna have to run the bore brush through it from the end, going backwards, which is not ideal, but there's not a straight line through. So I don't have a bore snake, which is probably the only way. That's probably the only way to actually do that from the chamber side. Girlfriend hides her Q-tips when you go to clean guns. I've got like a Costco size thing of Q-tips. Just for my own self. Ugh. I put so much ballistol in there. You can see like chunky ballistol like flowing around in there slowly as I tilt it. I don't know how well that's picking up on camera. It was like ballistol with like chunks in it. Probably is not particularly recommended. Let's try wiping this out a little bit. New gun, mind you. Gross. New gun. Test fire to the factory. Yeah, this thing already has 1,000 rounds through it. They did suggest a break-in period using specifically Winchester white box, so maybe it only has like 3 rounds through it. They use extra cheap ammo? Probably. Alright. Now it's time for Q-tips. For the corners. Oh my goodness. Already? I don't know how much good this Q-tip is doing. It's already like blackened on the end. Anyways, I don't actually know what these little like corner cutouts on the top here are for. Because the bolt doesn't have matching corners on it. I don't know what these little cutouts are. I don't know what those are intended for. Those little X cutouts. Maybe it's for like so that grime has somewhere to go in there. I'm not sure, but those cutouts are very, very disgusting. Lightning cuts. Anchor for tools when they're making it. That is a strong possibility. The manufacturing process for this is a mystery to me. Oh, no, wait, I figured out what it's for. I figured it out. We're already zoomed in. This piece right here, that is a separate piece. These little X pieces are the channels that slides into. There's a little panel on each side of this, there and here. Probably easier to see on this side. But this is a separate piece of metal. So the locking surface for the rollers is a different metal. And so it's got little tabs inserted for the rollers to lock into. That makes a lot of sense actually. Now that this is clean, see, I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera. There is, come on, come on, show up on camera. You can kind of see it down here, down there. You can see how uneven this, whatever this finish, or maybe whatever the machining is. That is rough. Like that is not like just excess buildup of like ballistol. That is the texture of the wall of that thing. Com block vibes. Made in America. I don't know if that's some blemish in the finish or what. But it is rough in there. there was so much nastiness in there that I couldn't tell before. But that is. Ugh. I'm sure it's still safe to shoot, of course. No reason to worry about that. We've got a bit of. It's smooth back here. Oh, now there, that angle you can see it pretty well. On each side, like right at those hardened metal inserts. It's looking pretty rough. All right. Let's. I don't expect to get much off of our magazine well here. We're gonna wipe it off. I apparently was wrong to say we're not gonna get anything off of this. Not a ton, but it's just dusty. Don't know what I expected after the rest of this thing. Should have expected more grossness, apparently. There is under this handguard, which is why I wish I could remove it. Handguard forend, whatever you want to call it. But it is being held on by our muzzle device here, and I do not have an adequate tool to remove that at the moment. So it is very dry in there. I'm gonna try to just drip a little ballistol down there. If we can just add some lube, even though we're not going to clean. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's so much smoother. It's probably horrible, gross, and dusty in there. But, oh my goodness, just adding a little bit of lube. Is the rest of it aluminum? It's cast. So probably aluminum. But this is a very, very obviously cast piece. I don't know if you can see all the like little casting marks in it. So I don't know actually. I don't know what metal this is. Good question. Good question. Right now, I guess we bore brush this thing. Where'd my brush go? Is it hiding? Is it hiding under the FAL? Where is it? There it is. Come here. Come here. There we go. Let's see if we can just drip some ballistol down this barrel. This barrel is so awkward to get to. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go in from the other side, unfortunately. Let's wait for the ballistol to kind of work its way down. So we're not going in dry. I should have started the ballistol going down earlier. Phrasing. Would you rather I said so that we are going in lubed? It's gun cleaning is just a sus phrasing. So while we are here, waiting on the ballistol to run down the barrel, very slowly, because I think this barrel is pretty gross. Tomorrow, at 5 p.m. Central Time, we will be collabing with Santa Claus himself. If there's any questions you want to be sure that Santa gets asked, !Santa. We have a Google Forms submit for that. You can submit them anonymously. Although, it is not Christmas yet. Still plenty of time to be added to the naughty list. There are many questions. I'm not sure what makes Santa qualified to ask them, but people are just asking basic general questions. For Christmas, you wish Santa would get rid of the Illinois gun ban. That would be nice. I don't even live in Illinois, and I still feel bad for the Illinoisans. Illinoisers? I don't know what people from Illinois are called. I wish I could run this brush down the board the other direction. Majestic potato. I do not think that is the official term for people from Illinois. For some reason. Just a hunch, really. Oh. This handguard also not being attached and also not coming off. It's throwing me off. Oh my goodness. I can't pull it. I can't move the thing anymore. It's stuck in there. Come on, please. My gloves are so oily, I can't grab it. Come on. Move. Get out. This is not ideal. I should get a boar brush. No, not a boar brush, a boar snake. It is stuck in there. It's also not sticking out this side. Alright. I guess I actually have to pull out the handle. Pull out the handle for this thing. Hello? Why are you not attaching? There we go. Oh my god, come on. Please. Please come out. Don't be stuck in there forever. Oh, there we go. If only there was a good way to look down this boar. Well, our patch, pretty gross. Also just shredded. Alright. Take this handle off again. Let's put another patch through. See how we're doing so far. It feels so weird to stuff in that muzzle side. Not bad, also not particularly wonderful. Okay, not great. Not wonderful. Not good. Why is this gun so dirty? This was a new gun. Wait, and I bought it, theoretically. You definitely could have fooled me, though. We're just gonna keep running patches through until they look nice. Yeah. Now it's a uniform color of gray. It's a uniform color of gray instead of black spots all over it. I think that's improvement. Probably. This is the dirtiest new gun I've ever gotten. And not by a close margin. Alright, there we go. That's looking pretty decent. It's looking pretty acceptable. There we go. So I think that'll be it for the upper question mark. Let's set that aside. We've got the lower, which looks like it's probably at least as dusty as the upper. Also, is a screw right here. I don't think I want to take that off though. But we can see how the trigger mechanism in here works at least a little bit. Simple drop sear. Very simple drop sear. So how it works? Drop sear. These two little guys on the side there. See if I can do this on camera. Got these two little guys on the side here. Bolt comes back across those. They are sticking up slightly. Reset your trigger. And that is how it's not an open bolt or full auto. How do we clean that? I can't get under this plate because there's a plate in there. Also, well, let's wipe that off a little bit. In here, this piece, if you can see that, says it was made in Hillsboro, Oregon. Hillsboro, Oregon on this piece. But on the upper here, Bakersfield, California. So these are still the same receivers that they were using way back when Calico was still in California in like the 80s. Which I don't know if I should be concerned or impressed with that, or both. See if we can't clean out some of this dustiness. Helps if I do it on camera, huh? It's looking much less dusty. Much less dusty in there. Use our last Q-tip side here. Getting these back corners. Probably doesn't actually matter back there. But while we're here, may as well clean what we can. What is with this gun and trying to steal my cotton piece off of the Q-tip? And we have our safety right here. That is your safety. The safety only engages when the gun is cocked. And how this safety works is I've got the upper sitting on. You've got your your, let's set this all down here. So you got your linear hammer here. So your sear back here will be holding this back. Holding that back. And what your safety does is just pops up. Pops up a little bit there. So if your hammer accidentally goes forward, it catches it. Peak firearms design. So as long as you trust that little piece of metal right there to be all the way up. This, by the way, this doesn't have like a detent or anything. This is just kind of friction going back and forth. There's no like detent or anything holding this either direction. So, if you have confidence in that little piece, then this is a drop safe gun with the safety on. Yeah. Good design. Good design. Yes, now we put it back together. Hold on, let's clean off our takedown pin. Always got to be sure to clean everything. Also because this is unreasonably stiff. And I want to do anything I can to make this not as awful. King Banzer, hello, welcome. Getting here just on the tail end of Calico cleaning. There we go. Now that piece is clean. And let us start putting this back together. Our bolt here. Drop this in. Oh wait, I need to... Come on. Put the charging handle forward. Drop this in. Under spring pressure. There we go. Cut a hair. Made some s'more cookies, the chewy kind. Very nice. Leave them for Santa. Exclamation point Santa. So. Yes, next is grip. Oh wait, no, we need to reseat our charging handle. There we go. Then grip. I'm gonna try to put the takedown pin in from the other side. I can't think of any reason why it would only go in one direction. Try putting it in the other way. See if that is any better at all. Oh, I got it started. Come on. Oh, I at least got it mostly in with just pure force. Oh, there we go. I don't think I'm going to be able to push that out with just my fingers. But there we go. There we go. How old is this thing? This is new production. Calico is still around and kicking and making these. They do seem to still be making them on the original receivers from like the 70s and 80s. But Calico is still around. Calico Light Weapon Systems. They're now owned under the Gadsden Group, which is a firearms manufacturing group. This is still very heavy to pull back here, but I don't know if you can tell. That is so much smoother, so much nicer. That bolt sounds heavy. This bolt is very heavy. This bolt here. You've got the bolt up front. You can kind of see it. Hold on. What am I doing? What am I doing? We can zoom in. See the bolt up front there. This is roller delayed. You can tell when the rollers kick in. This is a roller delayed pistol. You've got your bolt carrier. This little piece you see is welded to a larger piece below it that the bolt rides on. And there's a linear hammer that you can kind of see through that gap there. So it is a very, you've got some very tight springs in this thing. But it's very neat. Last piece of this, the magazine. So I don't know if you can tell, inside this magazine is super dusty. There's not really a good way to take this magazine apart. I want to try to at least clean out some of this dust. Well, use that Q-tip up very quickly. There we go. Push the follower back a little bit so we can poke at it some more. I'm gonna get some of this dust out. Hopefully it's not like detrimental, but dust is not known for how much it likes moving pieces. So we're just trying to wipe out some of this dust here. I don't know how to take this magazine apart. I think you're probably not supposed to. It does look like this magazine. We've got a little metal piece there going on the bottom rib. And you can see that is where the seam of the magazine body is. So I think that is probably, if you really wanted to take this magazine apart, take off this bottom metal piece. Probably, I don't know. You've got, looks like a bottom and a top piece. So this is like a two sides clamshelled together, top piece held together, and this bottom piece. And I guess everything else is just thrown in there. You wonder how many guns have a cylinder mag? Not a lot. Obviously there's the Bison. That is probably the most well-known one. Other than that is the Calico and its variants. There we go. The follower at least is looking better. There are not a ton of chunky mags. What's the shotgun? There's a shotgun that has, well, it's not the same. It's not a helical cylinder mag. The shotgun I'm thinking of, oh, why can't I remember what it's called? Oh no. Oh, there's some shotgun that has a similar shaped mag to this, but it's just like 4 magazine tubes mushed together. So I think I do believe I do believe I've gotten ballast all over my desk. That's what I believe. Also, I believe that the calico should now be clean. A little bit of leakage around the front of the fore end there. Ah, it's still not wonderful. Way smoother than it was before. So much smoother. Especially that part. At some point, I am going to have to figure out how to get this fore end off by taking this muzzle device off and actually clean under here, because that's where the return spring is for your charging handle. But it is already so much smoother. Maybe that's the problem. This gun probably has not probably, definitely. This gun definitely is going to, or does, have many problems. I think that the smoothness of the charging handle is probably going to be the least of them, if I was just going to guess. Also, interesting thing I just discovered. Your safety on here. So forward is fire, back is safe. This, first of all, very stiff safety. Be sure that's cocked. So you pull back to put this on safe, and it takes quite a bit of pressure. I can see someone pretty easily pulling back on this, slipping off, and pulling the trigger. So like, is that this thing is rounded so that your finger can like slip off the bottom. Obviously my fingers are plastic and oily. That's enhancing the problem. But I don't know, if your hands are like wet or dirty or whatever, I can see someone very easily coming off this, coming back, accidentally pulling the trigger. But luckily the trigger is not wonderful. This is definitely not a hair trigger. You'd have to come off of it pretty hard to hit that trigger enough to make it go off. Still, not the most ideal design, probably. And there we go. There's the calico taken down and cleaned, at least mostly. The safety is so stiff. Very odd looking gun. It is a very odd looking gun. That is part of the reason why I love it. All right, let's get rid of this some extra stuff we've got sitting around. Wipe off my desk. Nothing cleans your wooden desk quite as good as Ballistol, as we all know. There we go. Alright, now everyone's favorite part. Taking off the gloves. Oh no, he's naked. Oh no. Oh no. TOS. TOS. What? And there we go. 2 newly cleaned guns. I think now the Calico has a chance of working properly. And the FAL, it was clean when we started. A little dry, but I expect that one was going to work anyways. This one I'm still not sure of, but I think it has a chance now. Yeah, we cleaned the FAL first, so that one did not take very long because it was new gun. Basically, just cleaning it as a precaution, just in case. Cleaning it, giving it a good once over, good look over. Be sure there's nothing blaringly wrong with it. Yeah, so this one went pretty quick. Taking apart the FAL, not a ton of parts. Unlike the Calico, which had so many parts, and some of them I couldn't figure out how to take off. Funny thing happened today. Do tell, do tell. So I guess I've been only had like a 2-hour stream today. Feels weird to end it after that, but do have family in town, so may call stream a little early today to hang out with family. But we'll see if there's anything that I particularly need to watch today on YouTube. Do YouTubes? I don't expect so. I don't expect so. So a little bit of a shorter stream today, but got the guns cleaned. This one, dirtiest new gun I have ever cleaned. Impressive. Family is temporary, chat is eternal. Everything is temporary, except for the influences you make on people. So I think we are going to a little bit of a shorter stream. Your dad bought a USB charging port for his car, ended up buying a USB car port as a virtual emergency tool attached to it. What's a virtual emergency tool? Smith & Wesson makes a USB charging port for your car? Huh? Huh? Interesting. Interesting. I did not know that Smith & Wesson made something like that. Right, but we are going to raid out. First, though, tomorrow at 5 p.m., we have a very special Christmas stream. We will be collabing with Santa Claus himself. And so if you have any questions you would like Santa to answer, there's the form there. For question submissions, also, it will be live, chat will be active. So, there is plenty of time to ask there as well. But in case you had anything in particular you wanted Santa to answer, be it Christmas related, gun related, there are questions people have submitted that I'm not sure what makes Santa quite qualified to answer, but we're still going to ask him those questions. So, you did not know about Smith & Wesson? Smith and Wesson? What is Smith and Wesson? Am I reading that wrong? Smith & Wesson? I didn't know that Smith & Wesson made any car parts. Very interesting. Very interesting. Chinese knockoff like Wowzer? Very possible. You're not saying it wrong. Okay. Smith and Wesson. Interesting. That definitely seems like a Smith & Wesson knockoff brand, except apparently making car electronics for some reason. Interesting. Very interesting, for sure. Alright, so I meant to say Smith Wesson. Well, now I'm confused. Either way is very, very strange. Whether it's actually Smith & Wesson who makes guns or an off-brand, it's strange either way. But we are going to raid out, stream tomorrow with Santa, 5 p.m. Central Time. Will be very interesting. Very good. I plan on having fun, so I hope other people do too. Bad at typing? Bad at typing? All good. All good. Me too. But we're going to raid out. We're going to raid Kirsha. Because we don't much get the opportunity to raid her. She's currently just chatting. Absolutely a little insane. a little insane. Very entertaining. So we're going to raid Kirsha. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow, hopefully. So thanks for stopping by. Hanging out while we cleaned normal gun and a little. You know, if you know, you know. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out. Until next time. Smith & Wesson USB charger. Strange. Raid. Yes, raid. Raid message. We have raid messages for those with and without subscriptions. Please use those if you would like. Thank you for reminding me. Goodness sakes, what am I doing being a streamer? But thanks for hanging out. Majestic Potato, King Panzer, not the ATF, Matilda. I will see you all later.